Hi, my name is Mark, and today I'd like to show you the Great Library, the latest game by Vital Lacerda. The Kickstarter campaign will launch on November 20th. You will find a link to the pre-launch page in the description of this video. Artwork by Ian O'Toole, game made by Vital Lacerda and published by Eagle Gryphon Games. This is a prototype copy, this is not the final game, and you may wonder why I want to show you prototype. For a few reasons. First, you all seem to like Vital Lacerda games, and when I posted a photo that I have the prototype, a lot of people were interested about this game. Second thing is that even though this is a prototype, all prototypes I always got from Eagle Gryphon Games have really great quality and look almost like the final game, apart from some plastic inserts, but the components look all great. And the third reason I want to show you this prototype is because when I will later make another video where I will tell you about the rules, about the gameplay, there will be no time to show you the components up close. And because the artwork by Ian O'Toole is really amazing, an unboxing video allows me to show you the components in more details. So let me open it, let me remove the shrink. As you can see, it really looks almost like a final finished game. I have not played this game. I got this prototype on Spiel Essen, but I haven't played this game, so I will not tell you about the gameplay, about the mechanics. I will just show you the components, but in short, in this game you are the librarian trying to gather manuscripts, craft and great works for the great library of Alexandria, game by Vital Lacerda, so you can expect a complex, heavy Euro game that will be maybe difficult to learn, but very satisfying to play. Let me remove this. And now we have some components. Of course, as I said, this is a prototype, so there is no plastic insert or anything, but the components itself look really cool. First, we have 4-player boards because this is a game for 1 to 4 players. It can be played solo. As you can already see, the art is amazing, the quality is amazing because this is a dual-layered board. So all the tiles, all the tokens you will place in them will not slide, will not move. For a prototype, it's really amazing. Time track. I read the rulebook very quickly, but Vital Lacerda games, at least for me, are games that I need to play physically in order to learn them because they are quite complex. They have a lot of rules, and reading just the rulebook without seeing the physical components is not a great way to learn the game. So now when I will unbox it, I will be able to set up the game on my table and start properly learning the game. This is a board where you will perform different actions. There are the different locations where you can go on the main board. It's double-sided. One side is for, I think this is the side for 1 to 2 players, and this side is for 3 to 4 players. So it's double-sided, just like the main board that you will see in a second. The main board is also double-sided depending on the player count. There is no rulebook in this box. The rulebook I have is in PDF format because it's still work in progress, so don't expect the rules to be final. But the board is really big. If you played any Vital Lacerda games, you already know that they are huge. And this represents the great library of Alexandria. You have the harbor, you have the library, different locations that will allow you to perform different actions. It looks quite complex. And to be fair, by reading the rulebook, I can already tell you that it is a complex game. But according to Board Game Geek and some answers from Eagle Gryphon and from Vital Lacerda, this will not be the heaviest game by him. It's not as heavy as, for example, on Mars or anything. So don't worry, you will have to learn a lot and think a lot, but your brain will probably not melt. So it looks really cool, and one side, and there is the other side. Here, I'm not sure if you can see, you have information about the player count. So I really like boards, games that have double-sided boards depending on the player count, because in some games tell you that you have to place some dummy tokens on some spots, and those spots are not available if you play with, for example, lower player count. Here you have two sides, so each action spaces and everything are scaled to the proper player count. So this is the game board. Now we have some tokens. As you can see, they are in 4 player colors. Here we have some scribes, if I'm not mistaken, scholars. Okay, not scribes, but scholars in each player color. The meeples look really nice, and if you have ever seen any prototype unboxing of a Vital Lacerda game, I've done prototype unboxing of Speakeasy and I think House of Fado. You know that those components look almost like in the final game. They look pretty cool. But I was surprised, to be honest, that there are not that many components, because when I read the rulebook and they show you the setup of the game, most of those different tiles and tokens will be placed on the main board. So apart of the main board and player board, there will not be that many other components, which is pretty cool. Okay, I will show you some of them because it's, those are, again, I will have to sort them according to player color. And we have some ships that we'll use to sail and to gather some craft and bring them back to Alexandria. Okay, pretty cool. We have some dice, but let me show you. You now may be worried that you have dice in Vital Lacerda games, but this is not a dice-based game. You mostly use dice. They are pretty small. They remind me of dice from House of Fado. We also had those small dice, and those dice are basically used to track values of different things in the game. You will not roll dice. This is not a Ameritrash game that your results of your actions depends on dice rolls. No, those dice are mostly used to track items. Those are dice used for players, and here we have time dice. They are bigger, and they are placed on this board here. Now we have those meeples. Those are invited scholars, like smaller scholars. They have different values. Even more tokens, but this is pretty cool. The same was with Speakeasy. Here we have some spare parts. This is of course part of the prototype. In the final game I don't think you will get spare parts, but this is really useful because those small cubes and small tokens, they can be easily lost somewhere, and having spares is really useful. Now we have some cards, and those are different requests made by the king, and one of your goals is to fulfill the requirements of those cards. Okay, we have different types. They have different back depending on different type of the like topic of the manuscript. And here we have invited scholar cards. Cool artwork. When I'm learning such heavy games like this one, I always first play, even though I'm a solo gamer mostly, I always try to play two-handed multiplayer game alone to learn the basic rules, and then I start learning the solo rules, depending of course on the game. But with such complex games, for me the most important part is to understand the game itself. And you have a lot of different tokens, different manuscripts, different librarians that will work in the great library, different scribes. As you can see, the quality is really good. All those tokens and tiles are really thick. Okay, even more of them, but not that bad. Of course, in the final edition of the game, you will have a nice insert where you will be able to place everything and organize everything. This is what I like about Eagle Gryphon games, that you don't get 10 zip bags where you have to store everything. You have nice trays and they make the setup much quicker. You can of course visit my Instagram and my Facebook, where I will post photos of the game and where I will post of course some unboxing photos, but also I will post gameplay photos once I play the game and learn the game. So another video will follow. I think, I'm not sure when, but definitely before the Kickstarter campaign launches. It launches, as I said earlier, on November 20th. So expect another video where I will tell you about the game, how the game plays. Thanks for watching the unboxing. Let me tell me in the comments if you plan to back the latest Vital Lacerda games, if you like those heavy Euro games or you prefer something lighter. Tell me which Vital Lacerda game is your favorite one for multiplayer, but also which one is your favorite to play solo. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.